From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Friday morning. It's going to be a little bit smokier for today as opposed to yesterday, but with the winds picking up for tomorrow, that might bring us some short-term relief from the smoke, but picking up fire concerns for sure, especially on Saturday. And then in the midst of all that, a little bit cooler. Temperatures slipping down into the 80s, maybe even some 70s on the map for Saturday through Monday. So a lot of moving parts over these next 72 hours. Air quality right now is unhealthy for sensitive groups in the Blue Foothills. Elsewhere, it's looking pretty good, but this smoke plume is going to start to drift closer and closer to us, more and more towards the north and towards the west a little bit later in the day. It is breezy right now for the Kittitas Valley. Elsewhere, winds not that big of a concern, shouldn't be that big of a concern for today. That is definitely not going to be the case as we head into the next couple days. 50s and 60s for lower elevations. Right now, 55 for the Tri-Cities, 56 in Yakima. In the Yakima Valley, we're going to end up in the mid-90s for today when it's all said and done. So mid-90s across the map for lower elevations. And speaking of the haze and smoke, still have a couple big fires in the region, which we'll talk about coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, wildfires have devastated the community of White Swan. Not only did people lose their homes, but staples like a post office and a church. We take a look at some of the damages. Plus, a Washington GOP hopeful is in the hot seat after calling out Confederated Colville Tribes officials. We take a look at the viral TikTok, his claims, and how the tribe is responding. And a Tri-Cities woman is trying to give people hope and show how much the community can care about any given stranger. How it all started with one small jacket and turned into so much more.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Solis. It's Friday, and we're going to start this off bringing it back over to Josh with some coverage of the fires that have been throughout the region. Josh?
Yeah, thanks, Zoe. We're going to start off with this White Swan Ranzier fire, which obviously burned through a little bit of White Swan. It's 1,300 acres. Containment is now up to 55%. It's only jumped up by 5% over the last 48 hours. So even though we're not really tracking that many active hotspots, this is still very much an active scene here, and level 1 be ready evacuation still in place for the entire town of White Swan, where we saw so much devastation. Okay, now we're going to take you over to Umatilla County. This Hagen fire, which is now closing in on 35,000 acres, only 3% containment, and the perimeter of this fire is a circle, so it's like the bottom semicircle, which is really still so active, and it's why we have these expansive evacuations. Level 3 go now evacuations from Bingham Springs, Gibbon, pretty much all the way over to the Union County line, if not spilling over into Union County a little bit. Still got to be packed and ready to leave at a moment's notice for Tollgate, Spout Springs, and this Oregon 204 corridor. You can find all these zones posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com with more coverage on the fires. Let's send it back to Zoe.
All right, thank you, Josh. Back on that Hagen fire, evacuation levels in Umatilla County remain unchanged at this time. Now, this comes as the firefighters are building and reinforcing the fire line ahead of extreme fire weather conditions that are coming this weekend. The size of the fire is more than 33,000 acres and is only contained 3%.
You'll notice that we're actually showing some containment on the map, so that's a really good sign. Crews have been really making good progress in Division Hotel, defending all of the structures down along Bingham Road and the Umatilla River, and extinguishing fire as it comes down either to the river or the road system in there, mopping up and securing.
Fire officials will be keeping a close eye on weather conditions, especially as high winds are expected this weekend. The people of White Swan not only lost some of their homes to the Ranzier and Signal Peak fires, but they also lost significant spaces like their post office and a church. Shelters remain open for those who need them. The Toppenish Longhouse hours are now Monday through Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. Services and supplies will include a warm dinner and hot showers, clothing, bedding, baby items, and hygiene products. Officials say the Ranzier fire burned 7 occupied homes, 2 abandoned homes, the post office, Shaker Church, and 1 short house. Also, according to the Yakima Nation, the Signal Peak fire burned 7 occupied homes, 4 abandoned homes, and 4 operational buildings. Several fleet vehicles, equipment units, inventory assets were also lost or damaged. Into what's new this morning, controversy is brewing online over a comment that a local congressional candidate made about the Confederated Colville Tribes. Apple Valley News Now Caleb Stipkovitz tells you what happened and why the candidate says there is more to the story.
This video has been seen 56,000 times on TikTok, showing Washington District 4 congressional candidate Jared Sessler answering a question at a Moses Lake forum.
And what's happening up in Colville right now, if you guys remember, a couple of years ago there was another fire up there, which they don't pay taxes to support. They don't have essentially any cost to defend it. They don't pay taxes for anything. But yet we fight those fires to the tunes of millions of dollars, and they got a check from FEMA for $30 million for the fire. So what's the incentive for them? The incentive is more fires because we get free money.
The video has upset many social media users, especially as the Kaiser Canyon fire has burned several homes on the Colville Reservation and displaced 1,000 people. It's even led to some recording themselves confronting Sessler over the issue.
And you can sit here and you can say you did not say that, but you said that. I don't know who else that is in the video. Is it your double, your body double? You said that.
It led to the candidate issuing an apology online, which he says that he also sent to Colville tribal leadership. But he also says that he believes that his words are being misrepresented.
My speech was about government waste, and it is about government setting up and incentivizing either entities or people within our country to take advantage of the government.
During the forum, the moderator asked Sessler to name one federal program he would reform. Sessler says that he wants to reform FEMA, and he says that he only used the tribe as an example for why he thinks the program is flawed.
All I was talking about was the incentives. I was never talking about or even insinuating or accusing the tribes of doing it. I was only saying that the incentive is set up to cause people to do that. Humans respond to incentives.
As for whether or not he accused the tribes of arson, Sessler did not give a clear answer.
Many people have come to me and said they have a massive arson problem, and it is not the tribes. It's everywhere. We have an incredible arson problem right now. These fires are not normal. These fires are being started. People have been arrested for it.
In a statement published online, a representative from the Colville tribes called Sessler's claims puzzling and outrageous. The tribe says that it urges Mr. Sessler to familiarize himself with facts before attempting to discuss issues related to the Colville tribes. Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Jared Sessler is running to represent Washington's 4th District in Congress, which is being vacated by Representative Dan Newhouse. Into other news this morning, the Grandview Fire Department and Yakima County Fire District 5 are joining forces to get a new EMS truck. The current truck they share has already reached its 25-year life expectancy, as they now have had it for 30 years. Both fire agencies will be sharing the cost of the new rescue truck like their current one. The Grandview Fire Chief says that the new ambulance will make loading patients in and out more efficient.
A platform of more friendly of an ambulance type of unit. So in the case where we would have to transport, it would be much smoother transitioning in and out of the unit for patients.
They will be receiving the new EMS truck by the fall of 2027, and their current one will be taken to a public auction. Still ahead here when we return, millions of people are facing severe weather, and it's not just here in the U.S. What people are facing on the other half of the world, and back here at home, what we can expect in the next few days. Your time is 6:08, taking a live look out into Yakima this morning. Seems like we're gonna see a little bit of a cool down this weekend. However, that doesn't mean there won't be any fire danger concerns, so find out more about that when we return here after this.
Vance has been keeping homes comfortable since 1986. We've got you covered for heating, cooling, and electric. We do it all. Maintenance, repair, and installation. Just give us a call. We'll be right there. Our professional technicians fix it right and fix it fast. We guarantee you'll be happy with our equipment and service. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers. So switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And right now, keep the phone you love and we'll pay it off up to $800 when you switch.
Better service, better price, win-win.
In Tri-Cities Real Estate, one group stands above the rest. One group consistently ranks in the top 20% of the region's real estate agents. One group puts a full team of professionals backing your every move to get the best deal at every step. And one group with an award-winning team to give you more insights and help you make more educated decisions. So if you're ready to make your next move with certainty, there's really only one group for you.
If you're seeing this ad, then it must mean two things. It's my 75th anniversary, and you're getting 2 tacos for 75 cents. Happy 75th anniversary to me. Happy Taco Tuesday to you. Get 2 tacos for 75 cents. In-app only August 4th.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
It's an emergency inventory liquidation sale this week at all Walker's Furniture locations. Save up to 70% off all floor models, discontinued styles, and clearance items.
Plus, with special 5-year financing, save now and pay over time.
This week at Walker's.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will be cooler for Saturday through Monday, noticeably cooler. It's not going to be cool, though, as we're now rounding out July, heading into the month of August. So for today in the Yakima Valley, we're going to be in the mid-80s by lunchtime, mid-90s for the hottest part of the day. So mid-90s in general for lower elevations, 96 for the Tri-Cities, 97 for Walla Walla, a couple 96s for Yakima and Sunnyside, 94 in Ellensburg. And these high temperatures are, again, going to dip down for Saturday through Monday. Our coolest day is going to be Sunday in the Yakima Valley at 82 degrees, 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year, and back into the low to mid 90s for Tuesday through Thursday. Okay, the UV index is still very high on a scale from 1 to 11. It is an 8, so that means that your skin could burn within 15 minutes. So make sure that it's not exposed by putting on SPF at least 30, reapplying at least every couple hours, and spending as much time in the shade as humanly possible. Now, the big weather story as we head into this weekend, it's not going to be the cooler temperatures. It's not going to be the UV index. I think it's going to be this, an alert day for both Saturday and Sunday, critically dry vegetation, gusty, especially for Saturday. So we'll talk about the fire concerns. We'll talk about the smoke concerns for this weekend as well. All that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into some national weather here, where Americans are facing a variety of weather woes this week, from flooding due to wildfire burn scars, drenched in rain, to high surf and potentially record-setting heat. Reed Binion reports it's not just happening here in the U.S., it's also happening on the other side of the world.
We're supposed to get the same kind of rain tonight again, so who knows what we come back tomorrow to.
Residents in parts of Colorado forced to evacuate due to flooding.
We survived the fire, thank God, but now we got to survive the floods.
Some who had evacuated earlier this month due to the Aspen Acres fire were allowed to return last Friday, only to evacuate again just days later. In some areas, burn scars from the fire got hit with heavy rain this week, leading to flash flooding. Meanwhile, in parts of the West Coast, they're dealing with a different kind of high water. Dangerous high surf, rip currents, and the ongoing threat of coastal flooding.
Once the waves break through that berm, we'll hit that seawall, and then they fortified the seawall.
Southern California is also sweltering under an unusually long heat wave.
The hotter things are, the more people are at risk.
The Golden State is one of many in the western U.S. facing a strong heat dome this weekend. Around 40 million people are under heat alerts, and at least 12 states could see new record highs. The soaring temperatures are affecting people overseas as well, with Europe facing its 4th heat wave of the summer. Those high temperatures exacerbating massive wildfires. The flames have forced hundreds of thousands of people from their homes.
This is a house my parents bought 35 years ago. All their hard work, all their effort is here, and now it's all burned.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
All burns. This weekend, we're looking at alert days once again, everyone. It looks like we're going to have to be on fire watch as high winds are playing a factor, and find out more on what all that entails when we come back with Chief Meteorologist Josh Kobreth, how you can prepare for this weekend and your Friday after this.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through July 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when paired with an eligible Daikin ductless system at Bruce Heating and Air.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Where you been, hey?
Little field research. Show them what we got.
Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
And J.D. Power backs it up.
Ford is #1 in new vehicle quality, and F-Series are America's best-selling trucks.
Great deals, crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
Now get 0% APR, $1,000 toward your down payment, a 2-year maintenance plan, and 0 payments for 90 days on select vehicles.
Score big with the DQ $7 meal deal with $2 Blizzard upgrade. What's the meal deal? Crispy chicken strips, fries, a drink, and dessert. And for $2, you can upgrade to a small Blizzard from the limited time Blizzard Cup lineup, starring the Biscoff Cookie Blizzard. The $7 meal deal with $2 Blizzard upgrade. Get it delivered in the DQ app.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest 3-week savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. Coker's 7-Up brand 12-packs are buy 2, get 1 free, making them just $5.99 each when you buy 3. Papa Nicholas 80-count single-serve coffee pods are $19.99 each. Save $3 on 44 pounds of Purina Dog Chow dry dog food. And find Patriot Sports 223 55-grain FMJ 20-count ammo for just $7.99. 3 weeks of store-wide savings are going on now, exclusively at Bi-Mart.
During wildfire season, a spark could become an inferno. That's why Apple Valley News Now's First Alert team is always tracking.
Winds, humidity, lightning, even the smallest change can make the biggest difference.
It matters to you, which means it matters to us.
When it comes to wildfires, the First Alert team is on your side for one reason: to keep you safe. Chief Meteorologist Josh Kobreth and the First Alert team, on air, in your hand, or online, only on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Kobreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Alert days in place for this weekend. Now, let me be very clear. Saturday is definitely the more concerning day as opposed to Sunday. I'll make that case with the wind gust here in just a second, but don't want to sleep on any day this fire season at this rate, especially when things are as dry as this, I should say. Level 4 out of 5 on a vegetation dryness scale. So critically dry for the blues, for lower elevations, for the lower Yakima Basin of the Cascades, the upper Yakima Basin. Very dry, just level 3 out of 5 on our scale. Now, the wind gusts are going to pick up as we head into this weekend because of this big storm system that's off in the Pacific right now. It's going to bring us like 0.02 inches of rainfall to the Cascades. So you can kind of forget about the rainfall chances to the east of the Cascades, but you can't forget about the wind gusts. As on Saturday, across the map, at least for lower elevations, anywhere between 30 to 50 miles per hour. And then for Sunday, more so concerned about the valleys, especially the Kittitas Valley and the upper Yakima Valley. It'll be breezy for the rest of us. So again, don't want to sleep on the fire concerns for the rest of us on Sunday. But again, make no mistake, Saturday is going to be the more dangerous day. You can track hour-by-hour wind gusts on Saturday for your exact location by downloading our weather app for free in the App Store or on Google Play. That's the fire component. Now let's talk about the smoke aspect of this whole thing as well. For today, with wind gusts having more of a southerly component to them, I think it could bring that smoke plume a little bit closer our way to the Tri-Cities, to Yakima. But then with the wind gusts picking up into tomorrow, I think that's going to provide us some short-term relief, at least from the surface level smoke. But if we see additional fires sparking up across the map, I think long-term our air quality situation could turn worse. So we'll see how it all shakes out. But to stay safe during bouts of poor air quality. Stay indoors if you can help it. Wear those N95 or KN95 masks. Use clean air filters. Watch for symptoms of smoke inhalation. You can find this list posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Smoky today, hazy tomorrow, and dangerous fire weather for this weekend. In Yakima, better air quality tomorrow as opposed to today. Gusty for Saturday and Sunday, especially during the evenings. And then for Ellensburg, back-to-back days with high wind gusts for Saturday and Sunday. Perhaps the winds picking up again as we head into next week. For Hermiston, smoke picking back up today. Fire concerns picking up this weekend. And finally for Walla Walla, trending closer to 100 degrees for today, but then struggling to even make it out of the 70s on Sunday. That's about a 20-degree temperature turnaround.
All right, some 70s. I like seeing that. But like you said, alert days this weekend, but Saturday is a little bit more concerning than Sunday.
I would say so. Have you been hearing fireworks popping off?
I have been hearing fireworks, and every time I do, it's always at like 8 p.m. at night, and I'm thinking, like, oh, Josh would be so disappointed right now.
He just heard it somewhere.
He just heard it somewhere, and he just woke up. He's like, what's going on? All right, well, when we come back here, a Richland woman is working to make a difference in her community. What started as a single piece of clothing, now a dream realized as more helping hands come in. We'll be right back with a little fence of hope when we return.
This Nissan lineup goes where you take it. Trucks and SUVs built rough, tough, and ready. Nissan, Consumer Guide's most awarded brand 5 years in a row. Get up to $5,750 total savings on select Frontier trims.
Here in Central Washington, we believe leaders should stand by their principles. But too often, Republicans campaign as conservatives only to lose their way once they're elected. I'm Jared Sessler, and I've been consistent from the start, which is why you gave me a decisive victory in the last primary. Public service isn't a career ladder. I'm here to serve you. President Trump has worked hard for the American people, but he needs strong allies in Congress. So vote for the conservative we deserve. I'm Jared Sessler. I approve this message, and I'll protect your wallet.
Don't be worried or overwhelmed with moving into a retirement home. Piper Barton is your turnkey resource for premier 55-plus communities. From repairs and packing to prepping, listing, and selling your current home, all managed with white glove care. Piper Barton delivers quality resources and smooth timelines. You can expect discretion, clarity, and results from start to sold. Sit down and have a simple conversation with Piper Barton about next steps today.
The clock is ticking. Walker's Furniture and Mattress must make room for the biggest furniture delivery of the year.
Which means hundreds of items have to go immediately. Save up to 70% off floor models, closeouts, discontinued styles, and clearance items.
New collections are already arriving, and we need space. But once these incredible deals are gone, they're gone for good. Shop now and pay over time with special financing for 5 years with no money down.
During the inventory reduction sale this week at Walker's.
Ready to move to the music and savor the munchies? Join Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity for the 9th Annual Music and Munchies, Saturday, September 19th at the Reach Museum in Richland. Doors open at 4:30 p.m. Featuring live music from American Honey with headliner Austin Jenks. Taste local bites and bid in the silent auction. Presented by Tri-County Partners and Peton Wealth. Every bite and every beat helps build safe, affordable homes. See you under the stars.
This Nissan lineup goes where you take it. Trucks and SUVs built rough, tough, and ready. Nissan, Consumer Guide's most awarded brand 5 years in a row. Get up to $5,750 total savings on select Frontier trims.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest, and you're making a difference this morning. A Richland woman is proving that a simple idea can make a lasting impact using a fence.
Yep, and I went to go see what that's all about. Take a look here. I'm out here in Richland where you may or may not have seen this lovely fence behind me that has been making quite a difference on the community. Have you grabbed something from the fence before? Yeah? This is a little fence of hope, going on 8 years, where this local woman in Richland has been using the fence outside of her house to give back to kids in need.
So if it's winter items or school items, I collect those all year long, and people are welcome to leave them on the porch anytime. Just for the fence part of it, it's a lot of sorting, sometimes washing and drying if it's not new, and then bagging, labeling. And now we give away thousands on the fence alone.
This fence is something the community deeply appreciates.
People have been absolutely amazingly supportive.
From seeing the impact firsthand.
Amazing. I've actually been able to witness some people put things on right at the fence. Kids have left me notes, like little thank you notes on the fence, things like that. So
what exactly sparked Mary's inspiration in the first place?
Was just seeing all the kids walking to and from school without the proper gear on, and at that time my son was in 3rd grade and there was a little girl in his class who didn't have a jacket, so I thought we could try something small just to help them stay warm and show them somebody cared.
Yeah, and this something small turned into something huge. Yeah. Kids visit a Little Fence of Hope every single day, and with daily donations from the community, Mary is able to keep it stocked.
Thanks to the community support, I do jackets. I didn't know if it was gonna get as much support. But it does. I mean, people are amazing.
Mary plans to do this for as long as she lives in Richland, as she collects all kinds of donations, gifting them all year long, proving one person really can make a difference in their community. In Richland, for Apple Valley News Now, I'm Zoe Salas. Those kids there, I swear, like, I was literally rolling up and I saw them going to the fence. I was like, wait, let me get you really quick. It was the perfect moment.
Great job on the story.
Thanks.
And the best part about that is, like, no one's forcing her to do that. She's just doing it because she wants to.
Exactly, that was her entire purpose. Love seeing it. All right, well, coming up here on Good Morning Northwest, what Washington Supreme Court says about hazing at WSU and what this means for the family who lost their son. And the city of Pasco says it is focused on improving safety for the community. The plan's behind a new traffic initiative that's less focused on tickets and more on protecting people when we return.
Feeling dizzy, off balance, or worried about falling? You don't have to just live with it. At the Pacific Campus, Alex Trowbridge DPT is accepting new patients and specializes in vestibular therapy, treating vertigo, dizziness, and balance issues. And here's something many patients don't realize. You can choose where you go for physical therapy. Choose the PC. We also treat gait and balance, pain management, and even pool therapy. Ask your doctor to refer you to physical therapy at the PC with Alex Trowbridge DPT.
Hot Tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2026 inventory. Today through Sunday. Hapo Center, Pasco. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2026 inventory. Deep discounts. All inventory 40 to 80% off. See the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Hapo Center, Pasco. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
The temperature's hot, and so are the deals during the July celebration. Now at Overturf Kia in Pasco, a great selection of hybrid vehicles, including Sportage, Sorento, as well as Telluride, are in stock and ready for summer adventures. Test drive a 2026 Kia Sorento EX Hybrid with advanced safety features with an EPA combined fuel economy rating of 34 mpg. Priced at just $38,733. Overturf Kia, just south of Highway I-182 at the Road 100 Broadmoor Boulevard exit on St. Thomas Drive in Pasco.
Entyvio is the only gut-focused treatment for moderate to severe Crohn's and UC. Gut-focused Entyvio works right where you need it to block inflammation in your gut. With a legacy of more than 10 years, Entyvio offers the experience you need, lasting relief and steroid-free remission. And some people experience rapid symptom relief. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of liver problems and serious infection. Although unlikely, PML, a rare brain infection that can result in death, cannot be ruled out. Your doctor may test for TB. Tell your doctor if you are prone to or have an infection, sores, or flu-like symptoms. With Entyvio, you may be able to pay as little as $0 per dose. Ask your doctor if Entyvio, including the Entyvio pen, is right for you.
Gut-focused Entyvio.
Championship Golf returns to Wild Horse Resort and Casino. The Epson Tour Road to the LPGA is back in Pendleton August 17th to 23rd at the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic. Watch over 140 rising golf stars from around the world compete at the Wild Horse Golf Course for their place in the LPGA. Tickets are on sale now and club members get a free 3-day pass. Get yours at wildhorseresort.com or the Wild Horse app to see future stars in action. The Epson Tour at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton.
Tonight on Apple Valley News Now, the Mariners battle the Twins. Pre-game starts at 6:40 and the first pitch is thrown at 7:10. Gather your family and friends. It's baseball night in the Northwest on Apple Valley News Now. Mariners versus Twins. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Salas. It is Friday and the last day of July. We're heading into the weekend. We're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. Good morning, Josh. What are we looking at this weekend?
Yeah, good morning. We are looking at some very dangerous fire weather. That's why we have alert days for both Saturday and Sunday. If there's any good news, it's that I think in the short term, our smoke could be a little bit less bad for Saturday. And the temperature is going to be a good deal cooler for Saturday through Monday. That's going to be a brief little cool down. Okay, the air quality out there, unhealthy for sensitive groups for the Blue Foothills. Elsewhere, it's not looking all that bad, but this smoke plume is going to drift closer and closer to us here in the Tri-Cities as the day progresses, especially into the afternoon and the evening. It is a little bit gusty right now in the Kittitas Valley. Elsewhere, winds not that big of a factor. They're really not going to be that big of a factor at all for today. That is not going to be the case as we head into this weekend. Temperatures out there, 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 55 for the Tri-Cities, 56 in Yakima. Speaking of Yakima, we're going to end up in the mid-90s for today when it's all said and done. I'm thinking all lower elevation spots going to end up in the mid-90s with lots of sunshine, but it's going to end up being hazy to smoky sunshine, just kind of depending on your proximity to the smoke plume. Speaking of smoke, fires, let's catch you up to speed on the White Swan Ranzier fire, which is still sitting at just about 1,300 acres. Containment has only gone up by 5% over the last 48 hours, only up to 55% now. So this is still an active scene with level 1 Be Ready evacuations still in place for the entire town of White Swan. We take you from Yakima County all the way over to Umatilla County, where this Hagen fire is now closing in on 35,000 acres, 3% containment, and it's the bottom half, the southern half of this fire that continues to be the most active. A couple days ago was the eastern flank. Now it looks like it's the eastern, southern, and west. So really, again, just like the bottom half of the circle. But expansive level 3, level 2, and level 1 evacuations in place. Still got to be packed and ready to leave at a moment's notice along Oregon Highway 204, Tollgate, Spout Springs. You can find all these evacuation zones posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. We'll have more to say about the fire situation coming up a little bit later in the show.
The Kennewick Fire and Police Departments were called to a house fire coming out of a home on Zilla Street in Kennewick. Kennewick Deputy Fire Chief Jake Van Horn says crews were able to get the fire under control quickly. No one was hurt and the cause is under investigation. The American Red Cross is working with the 3 adults and 4 children who are now in need of help. We turn now to where the Washington Supreme Court sided with a Court of Appeals court ruling saying Washington State University can be held liable for a student who died in a fraternity hazing incident. Sam Martinez was a freshman at WSU in 2019. He died from acute alcohol poisoning during a hazing incident at a fraternity. 15 people faced criminal charges related to his death, and Martinez's family sued WSU, saying the university breached its duty to protect students. The lawsuit was initially dismissed, but in 2025, the Court of Appeals disagreed and ordered the case to proceed. We turn now to the city of Pasco, where they are launching a new traffic safety unit to enhance street safety. Councilmember Leo Perales says the city is moving from education to enforcement. They will be targeting speeding, DUIs, and reckless driving across the entire city rather than focusing on just one neighborhood.
It's everywhere across the whole city. I hear from people, I know I'm the a council member for District 3, but I hear from everyone across the community. And so, if I want to be specific, Argent Road, Road 44, Road 84, Court Street, Sylvester, it's everywhere. I mean, it's literally, it's over on 20th, right here going up towards CBC and then downwards towards the Lewis Street. It's really across the whole city.
The program is set to roll out within the next couple of weeks. The city of Richland is one step closer to using automated speed cameras to crack down on speeding. Supporters say it's about improving safety, while some council members want to make sure privacy protections stay front and clear. If approved, the ordinance would not immediately install cameras. Instead, it allows the city to begin studying crash and speeding data, selecting vendors, and deciding where cameras would be placed. But council members also raised questions about protecting drivers' privacy and ensuring cameras are used fairly.
The men and women of the Richland Police Department, as you heard from the chief, they respond to a lot of calls regularly all the time, but they can't be everywhere.
If the ordinance receives final approval, city staff will begin analyzing traffic data, and Richland says privacy protections and state law requirements will be part of that process. Into some other news this morning, in the city of Prosser is repairing some sidewalks. The Prosser Pathway Partnership Program focuses on assisting residents through a 50-50 cast share, with the homeowner paying 50% of eligible repair and the city paying the remaining 50%. Residents in South Prosser are getting these applications first because of the proximity between neighborhoods and schools.
Southeast Prosser is the neighborhoods surrounding the south side of the new high school, those neighborhoods as well. And again, primarily the focus of starting there is because there's 3 schools there.
Applications can be submitted using the form mailed to South Prosser and residents or using a link, and residents will have until July 31st to fill it out. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, when we return, a local Little League team is heading to the world stage. We'll show you how they're preparing to compete against teams from across the country and around the globe. Your time right now is 6:36. Taking a live look out into Pasco. It's going to be another hot day on this Friday. Stay with us. Everything you need to know to plan out your weekend when we return.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
It's Ultraviolet Safety Month, and we're raising awareness of damage UV rays causes to our skin. Get more information about possible UV damage at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Listen to the heartbeat of America.
Whatever your day calls for, there's a Chevy to take it on. Trucks strong enough to handle the job. SUVs to bring out your best and bring everyone along. And value where it counts.
Right now, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models with no monthly payments for 90 days. See your community Chevy dealers.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Tonight on Apple Valley News Now, the Mariners battle the Twins. Pre-game starts at 6:40 and the first pitch is thrown at 7:10. Gather your family and friends. It's baseball night in the Northwest on Apple Valley News Now. Mariners versus Twins. During wildfire season, a spark could become an inferno. That's why Apple Valley News Now's First Alert team is always tracking.
Winds, humidity, lightning, even the smallest change can make the biggest difference.
It matters to you, which means it matters to us.
When it comes to wildfires, the First Alert team is on your side for one reason: to keep you safe. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth and the First Alert team, on air, in your hand, or online, only on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are going to be a good deal cooler from Saturday through Monday, but nothing cool about the forecast for today, as we're going to be in the mid-80s in the Tri-Cities. By lunchtime, mid-90s for the hottest part of the day. Very consistent temperatures for lower elevations on this Friday, mid-90s across the board. 96 for the Tri-Cities and 96 in Yakima, 94 degrees in Ellensburg. Again, noticeably cooler for Saturday through Monday, especially for Sunday. At that point, will be 11 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year, but back up into the mid-90s for Tuesday through Thursday. Okay, now let's talk about those climate numbers for this week. We start off with the seasonal rainfall numbers we've been tracking since October 1st, and the surpluses that we have on the board at this point. I mean, we're just barely breaking even right now for the Tri-Cities and in Ellensburg. We have about a 5% surplus in Hermiston, but we've been running seasonal rainfall deficits now for quite some time in the Yakima Valley, and then especially for the Blue Foothills. That's the rainfall situation. In terms of the water that's actually in the Yakima Basin right now, if you tallied it all up, if you compared it to what we would typically have for this time of the year, we're running a 19% deficit, starting to get very close to that severe drought benchmark of a deficit of 25%. And we've been surpassed that for quite some time now for Mackay Dam, negative 32 as opposed to negative 25%. And that water deficit is one of the reasons why we have such critically dry vegetation out there. You factor in the wind gusts for this weekend, alert days. We'll talk about those coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into your sports news this morning, Kennewick Americans 12U baseball team is heading to the Cal Ripken World Series. After winning the Pacific Northwest Regional Tournament in Idaho, the Kennewick team now represents the region at the 12U Cal Ripken World Series in Branson, Missouri. Kennewick is familiar with playing in these World Series tournaments, as 2 years ago, this same team, the 10U World Series, and this time wants to win it all.
It'd mean a lot because, last year or 2 years ago, we didn't come back, and, just like my 12-year-old year last year, playing with KA on my chest, and it'd just be amazing.
After winning regionals this past weekend, the team has about a week until they go to Missouri on August 5th. They are currently doing multiple community fundraisers to help support travel costs. All right, well, good luck to them next week. And up here on Good Morning Northwest, when we return, everything you need to know to plan your Friday and your morning sprint, taking a live look out into Pasco. We are also looking at some alert days this weekend, lots of fire concerns, everything that entails when we return.
Where you been, Hank?
Little field research. Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
Yeah, and J.D. Power backs it up.
Great deals.
Crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
This summer at More Furniture, shop new arrivals from $3.99. Refresh your room with the Westland panel bed. Relax on the lowest sofa and gather around the Sable Crest dining set. Each priced at $3.99. And for a limited time, when you buy a Watton immersive sound sofa, you'll get a recliner for free. Plus 60 months special financing and free white glove delivery. Shop More Furniture, up to 60% off clearance in-store or online today.
What matters to me the most is the experience that my clients have when they're building a new home. Fred's always does a great job providing that great experience. They've proven to be a partner to rely on because they do their jobs. There's other things to worry about in building a house than how my clients are being taken care of with their appliance selections. They don't shy away from the headaches and get problem solved for me. I'm Corey Condren, owner of Condren Homes, and I'm proud to have Fred's Appliance as my partner.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time sale. Today through Sunday. Hapo Center, Pasco. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in 1 day only. New 2026 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Hapo Center, Pasco. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
World class. At Shriners Children's, we're the largest network of pediatric orthopedic specialists in America, with access to the best doctors and procedures for everything from common to complex conditions. We're doing things no one else does, like leading today's research to shape tomorrow's care, redefining what kids needing care can do, and providing a world-class standard of care for empowering the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Where you been, Hank?
Little field research. Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
Yeah, and JD Power backs it up.
Great deals.
Crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It will be an alert day for tomorrow and Sunday as fires could start or spread quickly, but definitely tomorrow is looking like the more dangerous of the 2 days. So for both days, we're going to be critically dry for the Blues, for lower elevations, for the lower Yakima Basin and the Cascades, very dry for the upper Yakima Basin of the Cascades. But now let's, well, in a second, we'll step you through the wind gusts, but this is going to be the catalyst for the wind gusts, this big storm system off in the Pacific right now. This is going to bring us like 0.02 inches of rainfall to the Cascades. You can forget about the rainfall aspect of this system, but do not forget about the wind gust, okay? For tomorrow, peak gusts for lower elevations, anywhere between 30 to 50 miles per hour. And then for Sunday, more so this is going to be like a valley-centric event for the Kittitas Valley and for the upper Yakima Valley. Definitely breezy for the rest of the region, but very, very concerned about Saturday in particular. So here's how to prevent wildfires. I mean, like, take a screenshot of this or commit this to memory, okay? Do not burn yard waste, or toss cigarettes, or drag trailer chains, or park on dry grass, or shoot up. You definitely should not be shooting off fireworks. Folks, tomorrow is the first day of August. Forget about the fireworks. Okay, from fires to smoke, it's going to be a little bit smokier for today as opposed to what we saw yesterday, even though yesterday was a little bit hazier than what we were initially anticipating, with the wind gusts having more of a southerly component for today. That smoke plume we're expecting to trend further towards the north. So we're expecting some reductions in air quality for portions of the lower Columbia Basin, for the Bluefoot Hills, and also into the lower Yakima Valley. And then as we head into tomorrow with the wind gusts picking up, I think that could provide us some short-term relief from the surface smoke. But if we see more fires popping up across the map, then I think intermediate to long-term relief from the smoke, you can just forget about that. You can download our weather app to see hourly wind gusts forecast for your exact home address location, also how to stay safe during bouts of poor air quality. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Smoky today, hazy tomorrow, and dangerous fire weather for this weekend. In Yakima, better air quality tomorrow as opposed to today. Gusty for Saturday and Sunday, especially during the evenings. For Ellensburg, back-to-back days with high wind gusts for Saturday and Sunday. Perhaps the winds picking up again next week. For Hermiston, smoke picking back up today, fire concerns rising for this weekend. Finally, for Walla Walla, trending closer to 100 degrees for today, but then struggling to even make it out of the 70s on Sunday. How about that? Okay, now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, can a shark hear you from far away? New research showing sharks may be able to recognize the sound of people in the water well before we know they're there.
What we've seen from our hearing tests is that sharks tend to respond to the sounds from a distance of about 100 feet away.
and that sharks may identify the difference between the sounds of people swimming, paddleboarding, and kayaking, with a person actively swimming seeming to grab sharks' attention the most.
When a person is kicking their feet and stroking their arms, the arm strokes seem to have very little effect in terms of getting the shark's attention, but the feet kicking could be more like the sounds of a fish swimming.
And now, the new technology to monitor white shark populations.
So we've already seen about 6 white sharks, and we tagged 1.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the latest on what else the research is revealing. With your GMA First Look, I'm Hannah Batal, ABC News, New York.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Now, the morning sprint.
Welcome back. Americans are facing a variety of weather woes this week, from flooding due to wildfire burn scars drenched in rain to high surf and potentially record-setting heat. 40 million people are on alert watch. Into your business headlines this morning, AI company Anthropic announced that some of its models recently hacked into 3 separate and outside systems. Officials say they didn't notice the thievery until it performed routine testing prompted when rival company OpenAI said its models had broken into other systems. Anthropic said its models were able to break into the other organizations by exploiting weak passwords and find points that didn't require logins. Anthropic says none of the 3 unnamed companies realized that they had been hacked and that it's working with the affected organizations. The Seattle Mariners are opening a 3-game series against the Minnesota Twins tonight right here on Apple Valley News Now. The game starts at 7:10 p.m. tonight with a game preview at 6:40. So that means tonight you'll see a short edition of Apple Valley News Now at 6. And now it's time for your Fire Watch.
All right, thank you, Zoe. Yeah, let's talk about this White Swan Ranzier fire, which we did get an update with containment yesterday, but it only jumped up by 5%. So over the last 48 hours, we've only seen an uptick in containment of 5%. So that just really underscores the fact that this is still an active scene here. We still have active evacuations, only level 1 precautionary be ready evacuations, but still in place for the entire town of White Swan. Okay, we take you from Yakima County all the way over to Umatilla County, where we've been tracking the Hagen fire for quite some time now. It's closing in on 35,000 acres, 3% containment, and it's the southern half of the fire that continues to be problematic, even though the eastern flank was making a pretty big run earlier in the week. So we still have those expansive evacuations in place, but you still have to be packed and ready to leave at a moment's notice along Oregon Highway 204, including Tollgate and Spout Springs. You can find all these evacuation zones posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. With more information on the fires, send it back to Zoe.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into your top 5 local things you need to know this morning. A Washington District 4 congressional candidate is under some heat for comments he reportedly made about the Confederated Colville tribes during a forum in Moses Lake. Sussler's apparent comments have upset many social media users, but he says the viral video misrepresents his words. Shelters remain open for those White Swan residents who need them. The Toppenish Longhouse hours are now Monday through Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. Services and supplies include a warm dinner and hot showers, clothing, bedding, baby items, and hygiene products. The Port of Benton is moving forward with a major project to modernize its rail system. Port officials say the nearly $12 million project will rebuild key sections of track, including the Y area near a large cold storage facility and the elevated curves along the Yakima Delta. The port expects to go out for bids by the end of the year, with construction about taking 2 years to complete. A large food processing company is being fined over $14,000 by the Oregon Department of Environmental Quality for allegedly discharging wastewater from a facility in Hermiston into the Umatilla River. According to the notice from the DEQ, since at least June 11th of 2024, the Lamb Weston plant has been discharging wastewater from an overflow on its influent treatment system to the Umatilla River. Also, the city of Pasco is launching a new traffic safety unit to enhance street safety. Council member Leo Perales says that the city is moving from education to enforcement. The new unit is funded by red light camera tickets, allowing the department to put more officers on the street. They will be targeting speeding, DUIs, and reckless driving across the entire city rather than focusing on just one neighborhood. All right, Josh, can we look just one more look at the weather for this week and this Friday?
Yes. Well, what are you wishing for the weather?
I'm wishing, I'm wishing for some cooler temperatures, Josh. Please tell me you got that.
You get a wish granted. How about that? Unfortunately, that does come with a bit of a price to pay, as the winds are going to pick up for this week. I know we can't have all the things, right? So the winds are going to pick up. The fire concern is going to pick up as well. And the smoke will maybe get a little bit better for tomorrow, but the air quality right now unhealthy for sensitive groups, for the Blue Foothills, for the Basin, for the valleys, for the Cascades. It's not looking too terrible right now, but we have a feeling that that smoke plume is going to start to drift in from the south a little bit later in the day. So I'm thinking places like the Tri-Cities and Hermiston, Sunnyside, Grandview, going to start to see some reductions in air quality. The wind gusts, you see it's a little bit breezy in the Kittitas Valley. What else is new? But otherwise, I don't think the breezes are going to be that big of a factor for today. That's certainly not going to be the case for tomorrow. Temperatures out there, 50s and 60s for lower elevations, feeling pretty good. 55 for the Tri-Cities, 56 in Yakima. So for today, pretty consistent temperatures for lower elevations. All of it's going to end up in the mid-90s. I'm saying it's going to be hazy for Yakima, but smoky for the Tri-Cities, Hermiston, and for Walla Walla. So the big weather story, smoky for today. I'm making some short-term relief from air quality concerns on Saturday, but of course that's subject to change if we get more fires popping up across the map. I think it's very likely that we could see that for Saturday and for Sunday, but especially for Saturday with some of those wind gusts across the map, anywhere between 30 to 50 miles per hour. And we will cool things down from Saturday through Monday, dropping mostly down into the 80s, although in the Kittitas Valley and the Blue Foothills, we could see some high temperatures struggling to make it out of the 70s on Sunday. So a little bit, it's way too early to say false fall, like way too early to say false fall, but that will be a nice little brief
little cool down this weekend.
We'll be back into the mid-90s.
But it is still an alert weekend, so hopefully everyone just stays safe out there and no fireworks.
No
please.
Fireworks.
How many times do we have to say? All right, well, thank you so much for watching Good Morning Northwest. We hope you have a safe weekend.
Yeah, Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. And the Mariners tonight.
Yes.
Have a great day.